All right, good evening. It's another edition of the Insiders Room. Speaking of sports, I'm here once again, joined by Legion of Picks, and we're just going to break down, talk about some of the things that
Everybody.
happened, talk about some of the things that happened in the last week in sports, and just give our views and takes and thoughts and things like that. So let's get the first thing out of the way. The NBA season just finished, and I don't know, kind of surprising that the Bucks came and won four in a row over the Suns, but I mean, what can you say about what Giannis did in that last game?
Oh yeah, I mean he just showed up and showed out. I mean there was no doubt in his mind he was going to win that night. I mean he was just up and down the floor on both ends, and you could tell he was exhausted. The last few minutes of that game, hands on the hip, bending over and stuff. He was definitely exhausted, but it was well worth it at the end of the day. Um, and the Suns, it's not like they just fell off the map. Every time they started trying to get within 4 points here, the Bucks had the answer on the other side. So, yeah, I mean, it was strange because everyone thought, oh, Suns up 2-0, Bucks are done, kind of deal. And, yeah, then once the Bucks won the first couple games, in my opinion, that's when I figured, well, hell, I think the Bucks are going to win this in 6. And that's what I said in our last video, and I was giving Bowser a little bit of crap, and he thought I was crazy, but I was pretty honest and serious. I was like, dude, I think they're going to get it done. And that's what happened. So, but yeah, I mean, Giannis scoring 50 points. It's, second championship in 50 years, right? And so it's all crazy. And then did you see his deal with Chick-fil-A? That's pretty fantastic too, So he's just going to be a likable person, honestly. I personally like him better than a LeBron James and stuff as of right now, and I think he'll get there to be better than LeBron James, honestly. So
Yeah,
and
it's
he
kind of
doesn't
like we
need
talked.
supporting cast around him like LeBron James does to win championships. So there's that.
It's kind of like we talked about last week. Just the fact that he stayed in. What makes it cool is that he stayed in Milwaukee and he didn't
Yep.
just run to someplace else. And I guess the thing about this stuff. I mean, he started to remind me back when Shaq was in his prime.
Yeah.
Just let me get around the basket, give me the ball, and nobody's gonna stop me. Like
Yeah,
Shaq
exactly.
said,
Yeah.
bully ball. Just give me you're not gonna stop me. Give me the ball within 2 feet, and I'm gonna score.
Yep.
And the fact that he made 17 and 19 free throws.
Well, that player prop must have been real nice. If over 80% free throws or something, it had to be plus 1,000 something. I mean, it had to be. But that's what one of the. That's what I told Bowser. I was like, if he shoots his average from free throw line, the Suns win that game. I mean, it's just right there. So he really won it on all aspects of the game: defense, offense, free throw line. I mean, it was just his night, But yeah, I liked how he was aggressive, because the last couple games of the series, he was actually attacking more to the rim and things like that, not just kind of settling for a jump shot and stuff like that, So I was like, you know what, he's on a mission. When you see a guy just running downhill nonstop, it's hard to stop him, and that's why he was getting all these fouls and stuff. And good for him on making a lot of those free throws. I mean, no one saw that coming, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, but then it makes you wonder why you can't do that all the time.
Yeah, well, I think he probably wants to work more on his all-around game and some of those fadeaways and stuff like that, because everyone knows that's kind of his weakness, right? And shooting the 3-ball and stuff, but. So I think he just went back to the basics and said, well, you know what? It's going to be hard for people to stop me, and I just need to make my damn free throws. So as long as he can make free throws at a high clip, he's going to keep doing what he did, in that last game. So.
All right, we got a special guest here. It's the one and only Rossman. How you doing?
What's going on?
How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going. Just put the little ones to bed. So
there you go.
Oh man, we had it made last week. My parents had the kids all week. We just picked them up today.
Oh, there you go.
You're like, no, this is bad.
Shit, it was awesome. Oh, that was a miracle.
So what were your thoughts? We just finished up. What were your thoughts on the Bucks championship?
I think it Well, I think even Giannis had made a comment about it. It still goes to show that the little guy can still win.
Yeah.
You don't have to have, you know, the Warriors. You don't have to have the Nets. You don't have to have the Lake. You don't have to have 3-4 superstars to still win a championship. Which, I mean, for the longest time, let's be real, we thought that was the deal. If you wanted to win, you had to put together a team of just pure all-stars. You've got Giannis. I mean, he's a freak of nature. But outside of him and Middleton, I mean, you have some solid role players that proved that they could still win a championship.
No, and I think you're right on that. And I think the last team that actually won without a bunch of superstars was the Dallas Mavericks, right? When they won, and it was just,
Yep.
Dirk, he just did his thing, and he ran through Kobe. I post that thing in the Discord on our special chat there, and he ran through Kobe and company. He ran through the Heat and company.
Yeah.
And so it's just like he took care of all the all those teams that had 3, superstars on the team. He ran through them all, by himself. So it's like, so to see Giannis do that, he's just, I don't know if they'll go back to back because, the Nets are going to be back next year, this and that, and who knows about the Sixers and whatnot. But it'd be awesome to see him back there again, honestly. I think
that's where having the superstars, that's where you're going to see the back-to-backs. For Giannis and company to repeat, it doesn't seem likely. They can do an offshoot and win it, but think about the Warriors that had, their dynasty there. They had the superstars. So, I'd love to see Milwaukee repeat. I honestly think this is good for basketball. I think it proved that you don't have to have, a handful of superstars on one team to have a good team and actually win.
Yeah, so, exactly.
I think it's good for basketball.
All right, we got it. We got another
fan in the house, Bowser.
We got another. His ears must have been ringing when you were talking about him. So.
Yeah.
So, how you doing, Bowser?
Leave it to you assholes to be talking about me.
Oh yeah, you know it, buddy. Bucks in 6.
I mean, what? I have no attachment to the game. I have no attachment to the Phoenix Suns, even though I live here in Phoenix. I have nothing.
You lived there for a year, bandwagon fan, buddy. You're on that wagon.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. You know if they would have won. If you know if they would have won, he would have been rocking the Phoenix Suns gear right now.
No.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah.
My bet would have won, so I would have been happy about that.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that would have loved to have seen Chris Paul actually win a championship, but I don't know.
Well, see, that's where I was at. That's where I was at. I was like, oh yeah, cool. CP3, get your ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool. But Giannis to get his, dude, he's just solidified himself. He might forever stay in Milwaukee and become the next Dirk Nowitzki. Just hang out, get his one ring.
Yep.
All right, but this is probably the only gambling part for the show today. But what do you think of the Nets being 2-1 favorites?
With a completely injured team, Kevin Durant was a big toe away from dagger in that series. So, now you give them another full year of camaraderie. They're going to be just fine.
They're the smart money. Realistically, I know I talked a big game about, the little guy still being able to win. It's still Kevin Durant and company. They will whoop anybody's ass. So,
Kevin Durant or LeBron James.
Right.
I got to see what moves do the Lakers make. Do they get a Kyle Lowry? Do they get a CP3? Do they get a Russell Westbrook? Can they somehow pull out of their ass a Dame Lillard kind of thing? If they get somebody of that kind of caliber, then you're looking at what would be a really good series. If they don't, and they just kind of get somebody mediocre, I look at the Nets. But then again, what does the 76ers do? Because they're a really, really good squad as well. And if they get rid of Ben Simmons and they get a guard that can actually shoot the ball, with the shooters they have, they become really deadly as well.
Can Ben Simmons play anywhere else in the league? I mean, I feel like he fits well at the 76ers, but where the hell else would you see him play?
That's what I mean. You kind of talked about Bowser, if he was to go to Portland, would he actually be a good fit for Lillard? And I said no. I don't think he'd be a good fit,
You want my honest opinion? The Warriors.
Yeah. I can see that.
I mean, I know Draymond Green can't really shoot, but you need a versatile big man that can guard and play defense and doesn't really ever have to score, but it takes the ball out of Curry's hands, and I would say it'd be an upgrade from Draymond, right? The upgrade in the defense, upgrade in the passing, and then offensively, if he needs to go to the rim, he can. Draymond's got to really. He takes what he gets from Steph being triple teamed, where Ben can go one-on-one if he needs to.
It's definitely an upgrade in basketball ability, but a downgrade in someone that is willing to go toe-to-toe and talk shit to anybody to their face at any given time.
Sure, this man will pass up a wide-open dunk, so...
Yeah, that's...
I guess, but minor thing, if CP3 goes to the Lakers, then they'll be battling the Knicks for most games missed by players next year.
Probably.
That's funny right there.
All right, enough basketball. Go back. I think the Vegas put that number where they did it because they can't hang 6 or 7 to 1 because they know they'll everybody be betting that and it'll leave them open to big losses. So. Well, all right. Moving on. Let's go to Legion's favorite subject here, and even though I did put it in topics to talk about at number 2, he wanted to reiterate to me privately that this is something we have to talk about.
That's right. That's right.
Even though I already said we were going to talk about it, he's like, "Oh, we need to talk about this." Okay.
All right. Yeah.
No,
that's obviously. OU and Texas being part of the SEC, and that looks like it's going to be finalized, and they've been working on this behind the scenes, I guess, from what I understand, for about 6 months or so. And meanwhile, I guess A&M never really knew about this. They weren't really part of any meetings for this because they're the only team that really doesn't want Texas to be a part of that, right? Because that's why they left the Big 12 in Texas because they didn't want that rivalry anymore, and so A&M's the only team that's against this whole thing. But at the end of the day, I think it's good for OU and Texas. Like me and you were talking about there, Dan, what have they done in the last decade plus for football? Nothing. So I don't know why. They just got a big brand and a big following, just because of that school. But, their basketball program is probably going to be the best program, for them moving to the SEC since SEC is not known for basketball a whole lot, right? But OU, as far as football is concerned, I think they're going to find out. Yeah, they can't probably play with the big boys as well as they think they can. This is a money grab, right? We all know that. So it's going to be interesting how this all plays out. And are they going to play next year in the SEC or the year after? Because they got this contract with the TV programs and stuff in the Big 12. And if they leave next year, I think they're going to owe like $80 million. And so. Are they going to eat that and just say see ya, or it's going to be like a bad divorce situation and they're going to just milk this thing out and say, we'll be here in the Big 12 for 4 more years and then leave once our contract's done, right? So that's what's to be known. I think they'll leave and be part of the SEC next year is what I see happening, and they'll eat that money and get that extra money from the SEC anyways, and they won't look back. So that's kind of how I see it.
Saying this could be solidified real soon.
Yeah,
like within the next 30 days, this could be solidified that they're part of the SEC, just based off of watching Sports Center today.
Yep. So, because I think to turn them down, it has to be 4 teams or something like that have to give a no vote, and the only teams that can give a no vote it'd be A&M, maybe Arkansas, and Missouri. Other than that, I don't think no other team's going to say no. So.
Well, but again, of course it's all for the money, but I don't see teams like why Mississippi or Mississippi State would want them in either. I mean, they always have like once every 8 years or something. One, Mississippi State are good.
Yeah.
So why would you want those two teams in?
Because it's going to bring them more money too, right? If you bring
Well,
in
no, that's what I'm saying. It's the money. That's the only reason. I mean,
that's the only reason
outside
why
the
these
money,
teams are going to vote for it. For yes, they're like, well, I get an extra $5 million a year. Hell, bring everybody in. Give me extra money.
It has to be money.
5 minutes.
I mean, Oklahoma and Texas. Realistically, this is still Alabama's show in the SEC. It's still Georgia's show in the SEC. I don't care who you add to it. Listen, it's got to be the money, because in terms of winning championships, in no way does this help Oklahoma or Texas. They were the big dogs in the Big 12, and they're not the big dogs in the SEC.
Yeah,
they just aren't. But it's still the SEC, and it's a lot of money. And we're just going to get to the point, though, where SEC has 30 teams, and then there's everybody else. I mean, the SEC is just that much of a powerhouse, but that's not going to help Oklahoma or Texas's chances of ever winning a championship. I just don't see it.
Yeah, not for football, anyways. Maybe for basketball, and softball for OU, but that's about it. So, and maybe it will help their recruiting class a little bit, right? If they do make some noise in the SEC and able to, win against an Auburn at Auburn, right, and stuff like that, and maybe beat Alabama at Alabama one day, then they'll get some notoriety for that. But that's to be seen, and that's a lot of work they're going to have to do to go in those places and win, So, but yeah, I like it. So,
well, they could also be looking at it this way. They might have it. Here's a way to keep some teams out, some SEC teams out, because if Alabama and Auburn goes to the East. So then you got Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Florida, all in the East, and then the West will be kind of weak. So they may be looking at it. Okay, we could say we get the SEC championship against Alabama. That probably could knock at least Georgia and Florida out of the playoffs. So they may be thinking, we can move in there, maybe better our chances that way. Who knows?
Yeah, that could be too.
Well, isn't like the SEC network, isn't that featured on like ESPN Plus or ESPN? Where the big, what was it? The Big 12, wasn't it only featured on Fox Sports?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Right. ESPN pretty much damn near gives them their own channel, right? So that's their own contract alone, where they're just featured on a station where they don't have their own channel necessarily.
Didn't Texas have their own Longhorn network?
Longhorns network, yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did. But this is just, I mean, they could continue to do something like that. But I mean, to be featured on ESPN, though, I mean that, I didn't have access to a Longhorn network. But
I wonder how that's going to work, though. I mean, I imagine the SEC. I mean, are they really willing to still let the Longhorns have their own network, or they're going to say, "Listen, that's SEC money now if your ass is coming in."
No, the SEC is going to tell them, well, if we can do horns down, then yeah, you can keep your network. But if you want the horns up, sorry, your network's going to the trash. That's what's going to happen there.
Are you guys going to be on here for a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm going to go eat some dinner. I'll jump back on.
Awesome. Good, man.
Yeah, did you see the tweet put out by Maryland?
No, I did not. What that say?
They put it out. It was like, I guess Texas doesn't want any of this smoke in the Big Ten. because Maryland beat them the last two times they played in 17 and 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're doing a little trash talking with Texas. But
Maryland can talk all the shit they want. They suck.
Well, what's that say about Texas?
Well, we all know they suck. I mean,
yeah.
I would love to see Texas in the Big Ten. I'd love to see them come up and play, in Wisconsin in the end of November.
Yeah, let's see them play. No.
It was 6. Yeah, with 3 inches of snow and 0 degree wind chill.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Texas put together another good team, put together a pro. I've never had anything against Texas, but man, they have gone through a coaching carousel and they have just sucked.
Well, it's the boosters. The boosters run that program, and they're like, well, we don't like this coach. He can't win. We don't like this next coach. He can't win. And we'll just pay millions of dollars to get these coaches away from here and get the next coach that can't win. And there's no stability when you got the boosters running the program,
Well, yeah, and all they see, they have lizard brains. They're like, oh, big name, let's get him. Well, yeah, it's probably not going to pan out well for you.
Yeah.
I could understand why you have an affinity to Texas, though, Ross fan.
Why is that?
They're pretty similar to your team, Michigan.
Oh, Michigan's awful.
Big name, hasn't done anything in 20 years, and all the fans think that next year's the year.
100%. Michigan, I will always root for Michigan, but Michigan will not win a championship until they get rid of the whole Michigan man mentality. That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of in my life. And I bleed maize and blue. But good Lord, if you're going to win a championship, you have to evolve with college football. And they just won't do it. I mean, for 33 years of my life, I've just been in ground with Michigan man. We got to have a Michigan man. Who cares? Get someone that can win.
That's right.
So, I still like Harbaugh. I still think, of the people that we could actually get to come and coach Michigan, he's definitely top 5. But he's still not going to lead us to the promised land. It's just not going to happen.
But the whole idea of that Michigan man thing, that the tarnish has got to somewhat come off of that, considering, the guy who started it, Bo.
Yeah, when his own son is accusing him of
basically turned his back,
turning a blind eye.
Yeah, to his players being molested by the doctor. I mean, is that what the Michigan man is supposed to be now?
Apparently.
I mean, I don't really. I'm just saying, but that yours goes as bad as ours.
Yeah,
we have Larry Nassar. So what?
The mantra is shut your mouth and let the old man grab your testicles. So apparently, that's what it is.
Well, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, people were saying they'd go in for because they had the flu or had a cold, and they had to decide whether you're gonna go in and get treated and get some medicine to take care of the flu, or go in and have a finger shoved up your ass.
Yeah. Oh, you got a mighty cough there, son. This is a 3-knuckler. Yeah, it doesn't bode well. So, but we'll see. I don't think it's going to affect too much, because it was the one son accused Schembechler of basically turning a blind eye, but then the other son called his brother, a liar. And that's.
So
now, they can't even figure it out in between their own family. So, there's plenty of other players though corroborating the story. Right. I think there's some truth to it, definitely. So,
so moving on to the other football league, NFL. We've already seen now one coach basically lose their job for refusing to take the vaccine, and I think there's one down in Minnesota, and then a guy down in Miami or New England. I think he might have coach in New England might be gone now for the same thing. What do you guys think about the whole new NFL policy that forfeitures and losing money, and
they're going hard.
They are. They're being sticklers about it. And at the end of the day, you're just forcing people to take a vaccine that's against their will, their liberties and stuff like that, right? Honestly, if this vaccine didn't, had better numbers and it wasn't so new or something, then I can understand why they would force it so strictly, right? But, being new and people having complications still with the different vaccines that they get and this and that, it's like no one wants to take that. And then all of a sudden they get some side effects that could be long-term. Every person's body's different, right? So, if I'm all for it, if you want the vaccine, get the vaccine. If you don't want it, don't get it, right? But They gotta understand
that's fine.
Yeah, if they gotta understand, if they don't take the vaccine, then you better be masking up then, and you better not be the reason why your team has to forfeit, and then you cost the other team money, your own team money, and this and that, right? So I mean, there's got to be repercussions for that. You know, a suspension for that person. Then if that happens, I mean, or something, right? But yeah, so it definitely sucks for some of those people that don't want the vaccine, and now they're kind of put in a corner, right? And so,
absolutely.
Unless you're a big time star, right? And then maybe it's like whatever. Pat Mahomes doesn't want the vaccine. He's Pat Mahomes, so I guess we're just gonna roll with it. And if we forfeit a game, we forfeit a game, But if you're some second stringer or trying to make the team, and you don't want the vaccine, well, you probably don't have a job no more. So you might as well, get that vaccine then, right? So it's kind of it sucks for a lot of those people, honestly. So.
Yeah, but then you look at somebody like Cole Beasley, who's like, "Oh, I'm not taking it. Oh, I'm against the vaccine, yada yada yada." And then he says, "Well, if you want to give me some money, or if you want to pay me,
if you're going to give me $1 million raise, then hell yeah, give me the vaccine.
Then I'll take it." So
I guarantee you, there will be a lot of players that are like that too.
Yep.
I mean, don't think for 1 second that they're not all going to say, "Well, if you're making me do it, where's that extra money?" Money out there.
Yep.
There's people that'll do it. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the NFL is still a business. I mean,
yeah,
they can be strict about it, and
but then you look at DeAndre Hopkins. Well, I may have to think about retiring. Well, fine, go. Nobody's gonna miss you. Nobody really missed. Nobody really. Nothing. The Earth didn't stop when Megatron retired. The Earth didn't stop when Barry Sanders retired early. Go, but they won't. There's no way they will retire, because for Andre Hopkins to retire right now, he owes the $22 million.
He's not going anywhere. Yeah,
He owes $22 million for money he's got paid that he hasn't earned. And so all these guys, they can say that, but all these, it's like the guy for and that has to do with COVID, but it's like the defensive lineman who sat out last year for the Chicago Bears, and he hasn't come back yet. But he said oh, he's thinking about retiring. Well, he won't retire either, because he owes like $10 million.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of people that talk a big game and all this, and how dare the NFL do this and that. And at the end of the day,
what's going to be funny?
Be on the field.
What's going to be funny is they say 99% of the players get the vaccine or whatever, say even 100% get it, and then all of a sudden someone still gets COVID and this and that, and games are still canceled. Then how mad are other players going to be? Like, well, what the hell? Now I'm still losing my damn check even though I was vaccinated here. Right?
Well, no, but that's the thing though. It's not, if they're only going to cancel the games and you're going to lose your paycheck, is if it's an unvaccinated person that causes it. If you're vaccinated, people are vaccinated and they get it, and things have to. That's fine. It's the only the unvaccinated. If it's an unvaccinated person that causes the game to get canceled, then that's when it's a forfeit.
They're basically penalizing anyone that didn't make the fullest attempt to mitigate these things. So, and they're saying if you have, I mean, there's plenty of people that have had the vaccine that have still tested positive, whether they've had symptoms or whatever. But yeah, it's got to be a tough thing to enforce, though. I mean, how does this work with the NFL Players Association? I mean, where does that all fall in with the collective bargaining agreement and all that? I mean, seems like that's got to be a bigger issue than just the NFL saying, "Oh, well, you got to be all vaccinated or not." I mean, they have a union for a reason.
What are they going to do? Strike?
Well, no, obviously.
Because I mean, the NFL Players Union. I mean, they can't keep. Everybody says, "Oh, they're so powerful." Well, they're not like the NBA. No, they can't keep everybody on the same page. They're not going to be able to strike.
No, they're not going to be able to strike. But I mean, this is this seems, mandating a vaccine. It just seems like a whole different territory that we're not used to.
Well, are they doing it in hospitals? Well, yeah, but they do it in hospitals. They do it in hospitals now.
Yeah, I saw that there were.
You have to have
nurses that they were
vaccines to go to
mandating get it,
school.
and they'd leave.
You have to have vaccines to go to school.
Well, if you're like a teacher, right?
No, I'm talking kids.
Well, but the kids that are underage can't get the vaccine.
No, I'm saying you need. I'm not saying this vaccine. I'm saying vaccines.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So it's not nothing new. It's not nothing novel to say you have to have a vaccine.
No, a normal. We got to remember also. I've had the vaccine, but we also have to remember this vaccine is not fully FDA cleared. It's emergency use only. There's so many different.
But okay. So next week, next month, because it's going to happen very soon. They say it's cleared. Then that argument's moot. Then. So I would.
And truthfully, I would. You're going to get too many people that can make excuses for it, and it's never going to be cut and dry. I am in complete favor of the NFL cracking down on it, and I'm selfish because I want to see football. And if anybody messes with my football this year, I'm going to be pissed off. So I'm all for the NFL saying, listen, get your ass down to the pharmacy, get shot, let's get done with this. I just think it's, it just seems like everyone's talking a big game with the NFL saying, we're going to make you do it. And then players saying, well, F you, we're not going to do it. Someone's going to cave somewhere. And like you said before, if Patrick Mahomes, the face of the NFL, says, well, I'm not getting the vaccine, the NFL is going to run with their tails between their legs and say, well, we screwed that one up. He called our bluff.
Yeah.
They're not letting Mahomes sit out or, be damaged at all because of this.
I don't think he would even if he doesn't get it. I don't think he'd ever come out and say it. I don't think he wants his brand damaged.
No, probably not. I think it's just, I still think there's a lot of both sides puffing their chest right now. They'll come to, a conclusion, but
an agreement of, a gentleman's agreement of some type. Yes. Agree to disagree, and we'll see what happens.
So Legion, are you vaccinated?
No, sir. My wife is. She's a nurse, so she's vaccinated and whatnot. Actually, she's only gotten one dose of her vaccine because she got the first dose she got. I don't know if it was Pfizer or whatever, Moderna or whatever one she got, but she actually started getting some side effects, and then she's like, "The hell with getting this second one?" She was getting like heart complications and shit, and I was like, "That's on you if you get the next one and you croak." I'm just saying. I got life insurance on you, so I'm happy. Either way, no, but. No, so that's why she didn't take the second one because she's kind of scared about it, And so you hear these other people kind of having complications too, And so I was just like, well, probably don't take it then, And her work doesn't necessarily care, if they have it. And being in a red state, right? Most people haven't worn a mask in a long time here, and this and that, and so it's one of those deals where they just more relaxed down here than coming from Washington State and stuff for sure. So,
yeah, for me getting the vaccine, I could have give or take. I honestly didn't have enough of a stance one way or the other. My wife wanted to get it. She's in the medical field. She said you should get it. I said sure.
And I think for me, honestly, if it's going to affect my kids, and there's some variant that comes out and it's going to start attacking little kids and stuff because I have 4 of them, then all right, I'm going to probably get the damn thing myself because I'm going to try.
We have 2, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and so there's no doubt that those, even when both my kids were born, I had to get vaccines of whatever it was, Tdap, or I don't know, whatever they call it, So, yeah, I definitely for the kids, I was more apt to get it, but the people that don't want to get it is what it,
Well, when my firstborn was born, she was like, "You're gonna get the flu," and I don't ever get the flu shot, hardly ever. I'm just like, whatever. If I get the flu, I get the flu. My body's gonna fight. And if I die, I die. It's God's plan, for me. That's just how I am. But she's like, "You better get the flu shot, or you won't be able to touch your baby at all for the first whatever." I was like, "The hell with that?" So I got the stupid flu shot, and then I ended up getting, sick because of it. And I was like, well, this sucks. And so I told on the next kid, I'll be damned if I get the flu shot. It's like I'll do what I have to make sure I'm washing hands and this and that, But so then she's more relaxed about it, But a woman on their first kid, right? They're more amped up and this and that, and whatever. And so it's like fine, whatever. I eased her on the first kid with that, eased her mind, but on the second and third kid there, and I was like, nope, sorry, not getting the flu shot if I don't want it. So. But
I'd like to I don't, for the football, other sports, I don't care if people are vaccinated or not. I just want everyone to essentially get back to sports as normal. I mean, think about my cousin and I were talking about this the other day. I mean, 2 years ago, we all went to sporting events, packed in, fucking shoulder to shoulder with people, and never thought anything different. And now look, everyone is like, oh man. We're packed in like sardines. We're all going to die. I just want to go back to 2 years ago where I didn't give a shit. I just enjoyed going to the game. I just want to get back to that. So,
all right.
I'm ready for football.
Speaking of shots, but a different kind, TJ Dillashaw makes his return this weekend after a 2-year ban from UFC for taking EPO. First, I know, Legion, you're kind of an MMA guy. What do you think of the fight on its own?
I mean, these guys that come back after a couple years, we've seen it, from different guys, John Jones, obviously McGregor, a few other ones there when they come back, Dos Santos and stuff. It's like they're not the same, So it's really hard to even bet on that match altogether. It's enticing, you're like, oh, he's back, I should bet on him, But is he going to win? Who knows what his conditioning was like, in the last couple of years and this and that. So for me, I'm just going to be spectating on that one. I'm just going to watch and say, okay, well, we'll just see where this one goes. But because every time I bet on these guys coming back from a long stint being off, it never works out. So
all right.
That's my take on it. But
I don't know much about the UFC, but I do have to agree with you on betting on the guys that come back. I was stupid enough just to continue betting on McGregor, thinking, oh man, he's finally going to get his shit together. So I defer to you guys because I'm sure you know way more about the UFC than me. So what I'm getting from you, Legion, is my money should not be on Dillashaw.
No, I
wouldn't keep putting money on McGregor.
No, exactly. Well, you can put money on McGregor on the fourth fight he'll have against that last guy he played again because they're gonna fight again. But yeah, I mean, I would maybe look at something like over on the rounds or something. If you are so inclined to bet on that match, I'd look at the over. And I don't even know where that over is at. I haven't looked at that.
I haven't looked at it much yet. No,
but if it's at like 2.5 or something, I'd probably take the over then. Because to me, if he's not conditioned well and this and that, and he's going to tire down and he's going to want to clinch and this and that. And so it's like it'll probably go over then. But like the McGregor fight went over too, but the idiot broke his leg. So,
yeah.
That
but
bastard.
This isn't an easy fight for him to come back to, though, either, though.
No, it's not.
Sandhagen's a beast.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that bothers me about the whole lead up to this fight is now everybody's like, yeah, he took banned substances, but he came right out and said, he was sorry and he made a mistake and yada yada yada. but the only reason he came out and said anything is because he got caught.
Well, exactly. When you get caught,
but he couldn't make an excuse though. He couldn't say, "Oh, I got it in a tainted supplements," or "I got it because it was EPO."
Yeah,
you don't get that any other way. But so I don't know. He's always the last few years. I've always liked to see him get his ass beat. So I'm not a big fan of TJ. So hopefully it happens again. Hopefully it happens again Saturday.
And it looks like the over under looks like on the rounds is 3.5 for plus 140 on the over. So that's why I was inclined to say, yeah, At 2.5, I'd be on the over, and I'd probably pay like -165 for it or something if you can get it for that. But they're kind of telling you this thing's going to stay under 4 rounds, and is what that's telling me. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna watch. I'll just stay away from that one. I mean, honestly, usually on the undercard is usually where you make your money on betting UFC stuff. Usually, because they're usually a little bit closer together on on fighting styles and things like that, and the money lines are roughly the same. Those are the ones I try to hone in on more than betting a -200, -300 favorite.
Yeah.
Well, the last UFC, I had 2 parlays going. One, I had all the huge favorites, and they all came in. And then another parlay I had, I put your guy in there on the other parlay.
Yeah.
Your plus money guy, and that didn't do me any favors.
No, that plus money one. No. You either go with favorites on the card, or you go with underdogs. It's really strange how that works out for UFC. It's either one or the other. They usually don't have a mixed bag of favorites are going to win and underdogs. It's either one or the other. So
yeah. I guess he didn't want to talk about the fight.
He's like, nope.
All right, so yeah, I don't UFC.
Oh, I guess he didn't want to talk about the fight.
Nope. He decided he didn't want it either.
You just did this like Bowser did, huh? Just disappeared.
No, I just a bunch of stuff come up and said we had internet connection problems. So,
where did he go? Oh, someone where he's back.
So yeah, what was it? Oh yeah, because McGregor is saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a titanium leg." Nothing's.
My leg be unbreakable when I come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have an unbreakable leg.
You're done.
And then a bunch of people came on and said he has no idea what he's talking about. He goes, "I've got the same thing," and like was it Stevie Thompson said, "Yeah, I've got that. I've got the same thing. And if I kick the bag wrong," he goes, "the pain just shoots." Like everybody was saying, if you bump your leg wrong, it's not like it's indestructible. But hey, let Connor be Connor.
Yep, exactly.
So Bowser, any thoughts on the fight?
No, I'm not going to place my opinion on the fights. I like to watch. I like to spectate, but as far as like who I think is going to win in those kind of things, I don't have any input. I shouldn't give input.
There you go. But hey, Bowser, you can give input on tennis anyways. We got the Olympics.
Oh yeah, but hey, look, buddy, I've been low key studying while you guys have been talking about the fighting.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. That's what the next thing I was just gonna bring up. I got you two here now. Any thoughts on the Olympic tennis?
Yeah, I got a future that I placed today. I'm taking Iggy Swiatek. It was plus 1,300 earlier today, so I took her to win. And hopefully I'll probably hedge because she'll probably make it to the later rounds anyways. And when I see there's gonna be a tougher match for her, then I might hedge on that fight. That tennis match. But so yeah, that's the one that I really like. And then honestly, Osaka probably would be the next one, but she hasn't played tennis in a little while, so I got to see her, her form for the first couple matches here if she makes it that far. Obviously, she'll win this first match, but she's a huge favorite. So in tennis, I try to stay away from -200s and stuff, but every once in a while, you got to reach for them because they kind of cash, That sweet spot, me and Bowser kind of find out it's like 160 to 180 is, if you find one in that spot, then those are the ones we'll pay the dues for. So
I'm already on it. I'm actually paying just a little bit more juice, but I'm gonna go ahead and take Elise Mertens on the money line -225 against the Alexandrova. Mertens is just unreal on the hard court, so I'm gonna go ahead and take her. I'm gonna pay that juice there on that one.
Yeah, no, that's my see. I can't go against my girl Alexandrova, man. You never know how she's gonna come out. But Mertens she's solid though. I mean, yeah.
You got to go back to hard court though, and Mertens.
No, exactly. You got to look at the hard court record, not all of them. So But yeah, I know we got stuff posted in the Discord. Anyways, we're on the the Benzik match over. Then we're on the what's the other one there? Hold on here. We're on Swiatek under 17.5. And then what's that last one, Bowser? The other over we're on.
It's Sakari and Contaviet.
Yeah, that's right. Because I think Contaviet can win that match. She's the dog plus 145. And anytime I think a dog can win the match, I'm more inclined to take the over. And that over was at 20.5.
Did we get it at 20.5 though? Like we caught that before it hit that 21 line on the Sakari Contaviet.
Did it actually move up finally?
No, I don't know. Actually, we could look, but I know that's why we jumped on it early because it was at 20.5, and we were fully expecting to hit 21.
Yeah, no, I'm looking right now at that line once I find it here. But yeah, that's what we're on for tennis, anyways. For these first.
Any thoughts about the Olympic basketball?
I was looking, honestly, I don't mind Italy over Germany, minus 5.5 if the line was still there. I think that's okay. And or over on the Australia game, over 170. Those are the two I was kind of looking at, but.
Team USA going to pull down the goal?
I wouldn't bet on them.
No, you got to give them a couple of games here to see how they're going to play, and if is it going to be cohesive basketball. And then the guys coming from the finals, they're going to be worthless with that travel involved and this and that. The first couple of games, they're going to be worthless. So it's going to be one of those deals.
Yeah, and then they're fighting over a ball in practice. So there you go.
Yeah. No, they're well. Yeah. Hey, that's not a good Olympic team, honestly. From recent years, from what we've seen, obviously. So I don't know. Put money on Spain or some team like that to probably win it. It's my opinion. Or just don't bet on it at all.
Yeah. Rossman, any thoughts? Olympics wise, you got a favorite Olympic sport like equestrian or something?
No. I truthfully, I like to watch the swimming. I'm just not really bet on it or anything, but the one that I've always, and I think maybe it's just because when Michael Phelps was swimming, that I always got into that. That was I do like to watch the basketball. Team USA does not have. They don't have it this year. It's just that's not. Yeah, it's not gonna. They're not gonna win. They may medal. I would say best is bronze, but Olympics is one thing I just never got into that big. So it's cool that it's going on though.
Yeah, I was just reading. I've read a couple of things in the last couple. They got some weird cast of characters in this Olympics. You got that. You got the one American athlete. I don't know I can't remember what sport, but they won't let him sleep in the Olympic Village because of sexual assault or sexual things. And then I was just reading about the Canadian weightlifter that's over there who I didn't read the whole article, but he ran somebody over. And ran somebody over and almost killed him. And like the guy's just all like crippled and can't get out of bed on his own and stuff. And this guy's over there celebrating being in the Olympics.
There's nothing more American than sending a sexual predator over to the Olympics and us looking the other way.
Hey, well.
Jeez.
That's Team USA right there.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus, please forgive me for the things I said earlier.
Surprised they didn't send Bill Cosby over there as a special envoy.
Oh, that's funny.
But hey, they're into some weird stuff over there in Japan, so you never know.
That's true. That's a strange
What are you
country.
shaking your head for, Bowser?
Just the
But
conversation at hand.
well, you know, it's the end. It's the end of the show. You know, that's when like you sports talk radio. The end when they're just getting ready to go off the air. That's when all the crazy stuff comes out.
That's right.
Yeah, but you know, you guys have heard of the used underwear vending machines in Japan, haven't you?
I have not, but in no way does it surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they still have them, but that did a few years ago. They had like these vending machines where you could buy used women's underwear.
Oh,
I've
nice.
heard they sell just about everything out of a vending machine in Japan.
Yeah.
No, everything, yeah. No, another tennis one though, Bowser, that I'm probably going to take. I might take that Stojanovic money line. It's high. It's minus 185. I'll probably take that.
Who?
Whatever her name is, Stojanovic.
Oh, Nina Stojanovic
Yep.
versus Hibino.
Yeah, Hibino sucks.
Hibino's not on hard court. Yeah, Hibino is.
Yeah, so I'll probably be on that on the money line too. You know, it's been creeping up, or money line's creeping up. That's telling me, you know, there's probably some small sharp play on that. So I'm just gonna take it as well because I liked it when it was at 165 earlier, and now it's at 185. So I guess, you know, I'll just pay the extra.
I mean, Hibino's 1-5 this year on hard court too.
No, she sucks.
Oh, there you go.
She sucks. If she wins, it's like, damn, that sucks for me. But
Yeah, you know what though? I'm going to stay off that one because look, going into it, they're both, you know, they're both what, one out of their last 5 matches. God, that's ugly.
it's
I
ugly.
get it to you. Stojanovic is like of her losses, she all went 2-1 in pretty much all of them except for Gerber. But Gerber should slap her. But Hibino's losses are ugly. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pay that money for her, but I can see it.
Or you're paying $225 for Mertens. Good God.
Yeah, because we know who the hell Mertens is. Who's Stojanovic?
She's a 20-something-year-old tennis player, man.
She's 20. Okay.
You had me at 20-something-year-old tennis player.
That's all you need to know.
Technically, they're both in their 20s, but
no, I've watched, you know, the Hibino play a few times, and I just don't like her. She doesn't move that well from side to side, you know. And she does pretty good on rallies and things like that, but yeah, moving from side to side, you know, she's not the greatest at. So, I'll count my money in the morning, Bowser. That's fine. And you'll be crying over Mertens losing, and I'll be, you know, smiling at you.
Mertens losing. God, did you even look at your girl's hardcourt record? It is trash.
Yeah, but some of this, man, it's the Olympics, right? So some of that record stuff you just got to throw out. Don't even let that be part of your
in an empty stadium.
Exactly. There's no fans to root against or for, and so they're just going to be,
So may the best person win, which we know is Mertens.
Well, yeah. No, Mertens should win.
By no means am I sitting here saying she's invincible. That's not what I'm saying. That's definitely not what I'm saying.
No, she should win. But Dan, you gonna bet on anything on the Olympics or what?
Nah, maybe I'll just follow you guys in tennis. I haven't really paid much attention this year. I mean, as of last week, you didn't even know if they were going to have Olympics. So,
yeah,
you know, I just haven't really paid much attention. So, I mean, and that's the thing. Living overseas for 14 years. You just kind of like you don't really get it over in Thailand. The only thing you ever get over in Thailand is anytime a Thai team was playing, or a Thai individual was doing something, and that didn't happen very often. So after the first week, after the first round or whatever the competition, you didn't see many Thais left doing anything. So
Yep.
you never really got a lot over there. So you start losing interest and stop paying attention.
Legion, I almost think it's worth laying $500 just to win $100 on the Jabbar match.
Good God. $500 just.
Do you not you're looking at that one. Do you not agree?
No, she's going to win. She's going to win, but do you really want to risk $500 just for what happens if she gets hurt? And then say the other person wins the first set, and then your book says, she retires in the second set, so you don't get refunded your money, right? Or something.
Then it would be a fantastic parlay play.
Well, no, you put that in a parlay, yeah. But risking $500. But it's not like on the home run derby when it was 550 feet. No one's gonna crush a home run 550. That's when you put $500 on that sumbitch. And yeah.
I do think Bev Kick's going to win against Garcia.
Man,
but the better is probably 21 over 21.
I would like to root for the Croatian since I'm Croatian, but the thing is, every time I root for her, she sucks, and if I don't put money on her, she wins. So I'm just gonna leave her alone, and I hope she wins. So that match will probably go over though, because Garcia battles too, man. You know that. So
yeah, that's why
that one, take the over more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kaiser, you got anything you want to talk about to bring us back, more of a steer the conversation better back to a normal direction?
Actually, did you guys talk about? I know you guys kind of brought it up at one point, but did we circle back on that on these athletes being paid? Let's go ahead and just bring up the subject of Mikey Williams real quick. He's a junior in high school, I believe. I'm like he's the class of 2023, so he has to be junior.
Yeah.
And my kid, my guy, just signed with some type of online advertising agency or something along that nature, and he's going to start making millions of dollars as a kid in high school. Unreal that door has now been opened up because they're no longer ineligible to start.
What's going to become the new normal?
But the guy that got me was a quarterback for Alabama, was close to making $1 million.
Oh yeah, and he hasn't even started or played.
Yeah.
Come sign here, and you're guaranteed at least $500,000.
The one you haven't heard anything about since the first day you could sign, and I saw the headlines and whatever, and then you haven't heard anything else about Master P's kid.
Well, I know.
Well, he supposedly signed for $2 million.
Yeah.
They're playing for what, Tennessee State or something? Tennessee Tech. And he supposedly signed $2 million for this app company. And I actually went to, and somebody posted a link to the website. I actually went to the website and looked at it. And their webpage looked like it was done by a 5th grader on MySpace. It didn't even look like a professional. It looked like one you put together on one of those build your own website pages. And then you scroll down and it had the two owners of this company, and it was like cartoon caricatures of them. It wasn't even like real pictures or anything. Like, this is who these people are. I'm like, who's coming to this company to help them design their, put their apps together or whatever? And where do they? You got $2 million to give to some kid that's going to play in a school that nobody's ever going to see. You can at least do something for your website to make your company look like a real company.
Yeah,
I think that was a little bit of his dad just to try to get his name out there.
He's signing a deal with Web Apps America.
Yeah.
For $2 million. Miller will be a brand ambassador for the tech and company who's committed to supporting all black colleges.
Huh.
And Mobile and Software Solutions.
Never heard of him.
Yeah,
Well, but he's at Tennessee State, though. He's at an all-black college.
Yeah.
So now they're back. I mean, I could see I could see why.
and but what? I don't see how they're going to get $2 million off the kid.
That's because they got him, but they they know he's going to be good. But here's the deal in the back end. It's like they know that they struck a deal with web apps. Like they're going to have to keep donating to this all black college, even after he leaves. That's where I'm seeing this deal is. I don't know. I mean, how long's the deal for though? 2 years, 3 years, 1 year? Good God, $2 million though.
Good God. Well, we got some MLB updates here. The Yankees bullpen sucks once again. Red Sox up 6-1, and then looks like Cardinals up 5-3. Rays just put up some more on the top of the ninth, I believe. So it's 10-4. Yeah, they put up 6 in the 9. I mean, this is crazy for baseball. 6, 7 runs in an inning. It's crazy. And then the Angels. Hey, the Angels are winning 4-2, so that's good.
Hey, there we go. Actually, 4-3.
Oh, 4-3. Oh, my thing's lagging then.
I got bottom of the 6th right now. 0 outs. Guy on second base. So I don't. Looks like Twins are batting.
And your White Sox are losing, Dan, if you cared to know.
Yeah. What's the score?
0-1. Top of the 7th.
Yeah, I figured. I thought this was gonna be a tough weekend. They going against the Brewers. I think 3 best pitchers. So.
Well, how about the Orioles beating the Nationals today, 6-1? I don't know. The Nationals, they look good when they can score 7, 8, 9 runs, and then all of a sudden they score 1 or 2 runs and lose. It's like what? I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That was my play today. So.
The Nationals.
Yeah. Nationals. So.
Let's not talk about that one then.
Well, I actually liked them too. That was my lean, and I'm surprised they lost myself. And the Blue Jays lost too today.
I'm glad I stayed off the Blue Jays. I'm real glad I stayed off them.
I was going to take the Blue Jays run line and pay like the 160-something juice for them, and I'm glad I didn't do that because they lost 3-0. So.
Well, gentlemen, I'm taking off.
All right.
I got to work in the morning still. So, everyone, have a good night.
Yeah, nice joining us.
You would think that being the owner that I could say, no, I'm not going to work, but apparently it doesn't work that way. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but you told me what you do. You sit behind a desk.
Well, on Saturdays, I cover sales.
Oh.
So that way, I'm a good guy. So that way my salesmen don't have to work too many Saturdays. So I'm like a saint or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll go with the song.
All right, fair enough.
All right. See ya.
All right, have a good night, man.
Thanks. Bye.
Dude, I'm thinking about starting an Instagram for my kid. Might as well.
At this rate, yeah. If the guy
look
20, 30 million or 20, 30,000 followers, and then all of a sudden does good and gets it to 100,000, I mean, dang, making money.
I think he's already. I already gave him an account. It's got like 2,000 followers, so he's at least got a foundation.
There you go.
And I'm like, hell no, dude. Look, it only takes like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10K, whatever followers, and all of a sudden, as long as you got engagement, people are gonna.
But now what you got to do is have little boy dunking on a little mini hoop in there and post those to get more followers.
I just need to get this little man to start. Walking here, but it's coming. It's coming. And if he turns out to be a righty dude, he's going to know how the hell to dribble with his left hand. Like, he might be like one of those dudes that just like
you and your wife are going to be back asswards. You're going to be like, we're both left-handed. Who's going to teach them right-handed shit?
Well, no, because I'm ammo, dude. I'm ambidextrous. I got that right-hand little finger roll. You know that.
I mean, here's my only question, though.
Oh, I throw right-handed.
I worry about there's 2,000-3,000 people out there that sit around and sign up for some baby's Instagram thing.
No. That's a really good, Dan. That's actually,
Bowser, what kind of people are following your kid, buddy? You might want to look into that.
That's a really good point. That's actually a really good point. I would be worried too. However,
no, I'm not saying that about. I'm just saying though, not nothing to do with you, but just anybody. What kind? Like I'm sitting around. Okay, I can see, but there's a little baby in his crib. Yeah, I'm following that one. That's the one I want.
You're right. I wouldn't do that. But here's the backstory, so it all makes sense. Because you're right. Nobody wants to do that except for maybe other moms. Maybe. But what happened was I was using that account for other things, and then I completely deleted it altogether, like all the pictures and everything. And it already had the following. So I just turned it into Easton's. And so therefore these people are now getting blasted with baby pictures. So he might lose some following.
You did those people wrong, Bowser. Is what you did.
yeah. I can see that. Yeah. I can see that. A wife picks up. Wife picks up her husband's phone and starts flipping around the Instagram, and there's all these baby pictures, and starts freaking out. Or what is that your kid? Or what's this kid? When you got pictures of this? And he's probably never looked at it since Bowser deleted everything. He's like, well, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You got a picture about this kid's on here. Is it yours?
Bowser's causing divorces across America right now. What a swell guy, Bowser. Shit.
Well. What you gonna do?
No.
Oh shit! You guys are too much.
No, I'm having a good time. Yeah, I might watch some of those tennis matches on the Olympics here, Bowser.
Is it on ESPN?
No, I got on my TV. I got like 8 or 10 Olympic channels I can flip through, and I'm just trying to figure out which one's going to play tennis. That's the problem. But I'm watching the Red Sox give it to the Yankees like yesterday. I took the Red Sox live. That was fantastic play.
You have NBC though, because isn't the Olympics hosted on NBC channels?
Yeah. Yep.
That's why. It's so Peacock or whatever.
No, man, you can go to you got my Dish stuff, don't you, for logging in with your Fire Stick? You can do that.
Oh yeah, well, I got my parents got Dish as well, so I think Can you log in via NBC with the Dish login?
You'll be able to see the NBC stuff. Yeah, anything that's on my guide, you'll be able to see, or on your parents' guide there. Yeah.
I mean, you guys.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out what channel just play tennis here.
Oh no, I got it here.
Paraguay won its only Olympic medal back in 2004. The men's soccer team
right now.
And I came up real quick. Okay.
So Dan, we got these dates figured out for. Are you going the first week of September or what?
I'll know more in probably by next week. But yeah, I think whatever the first weekend of the NFL is.
See, that's what I was talking about. We were trying to go.
You keep backing it up on us.
I'm trying to make sure that my mate from Canada can get in the country easily and back home. So.
No, I hear you. No, that makes sense.
So, but we'll go out like Tuesday or Wednesday before that first. I think it's I think it is the first weekend in September.
Well, no, yeah, because so you're gonna go for like because NFL kicks off always on a Thursday night, right? So, and that I believe, let me check the date here and pull up the dang calendar here. That's going to be on September 9th is when the first day of NFL is. And then the first Sunday, 12th. Yeah.
Well, then I'll let you know because we might be going the week before that. I'm not sure.
So
A lot depends. And see, a lot depends on the executives from Covers. Some executives from Covers are supposed to be out in Vegas at some point.
Gotcha.
And we're going to want to kind of be out there with them and just say, hey, hi. Put names and faces. So, like I said, I got to talk to him, my mate, Tuesday this week, and then I'll probably set down some final dates, and I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, because Labor Day might be good for me because I already got plans for Labor Day.
When's that?
That's the Labor Day is on the 6th. September 6th is Labor Day. So if it was that weekend, that would suck. But if it was the weekend after, like you're talking about, for the first weekend of football, like the 10th, 11th, and 12th, that would work for me.
All right, I think that's
September.
That's the one we're actually shooting for now.
All right.
So I'll let you know for sure in the next week.
No, sounds good.
I don't think it really matters for me because that's just a short drive over.
Okay. Sure.
Really, honestly, I mean, like Vegas is, I think it's 4.5 hours. So really, it's just a short little drive over. So I'd come over probably Thursday night after my kid goes down, probably after the football game. Show up about 1 o'clock and then be there all day Friday, Saturday, leave on a Sunday.
All right. Sounds good. All right.
Because Legion, you're talking same.
Yeah, I'd probably be either showing up, Friday in the morning or Thursday night, and then I'd be leaving, on Sunday in the morning of the first day, So I wouldn't be able to watch any games on Sunday, I'd just be showing up for that. That kind of sucks actually if I did that. I might have to stay for that Sunday. I was like, who wants to be on the damn plane when the NFL's going on for the first weekend? Not me.
I'm getting drunk on a plane.
Yeah, I'm drunk before I get on the plane, and then I get drunk while I'm on the plane.
Yeah.
Antonio does this. He does. Nope, I'm still drinking.
That's right. Yeah. No, I have the mask off the whole plane ride, and I just sit there with my chips, and I just casually, and I have multiple drinks, just sit there, just sit there. People look at you and shit. I'm just like, I'm drinking and eating, man. Fuck, leave me alone. I'm that asshole. Yeah, I'm sorry. But it works.
Guys, I'm gonna shut this thing down here and go watch some sports. And thanks for coming on, Bowser. We'll be on next Friday. White Legion. That's same time, same channel.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay.
So,
and always open invitation for you, Bowser, on Fridays, and next month, there's lots of things in the pipeline. Hopefully, we'll get some more things going on here, and get ready for football.
Yeah, we'll just keep it a mystery. I may or may not make an appearance.
That's up to you. I'm not going to twist your arm.
I may or may not.
The offer's there. If you take it, you take it. If you're not,
that's right. The hell with you.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Wifey's been studying for the bar, and she is finally going to have a weekend free. So I may or may not be busy. May or may not be available.
I don't need to know. I don't need a reason.
I mean, it could be dinner, it could be other things.
Hey, don't be making child number 2 now. Oh, look at that. He is.
One's enough.
Yeah.
Huh. You say hi. Yeah, good job.
Good job, buddy.
See? Yeah, they wave back. Can you say bye-bye?
You got 3,000 strangers looking at you every day.
It's okay. We keep it PG. Earmuffs. That's what they do. Earmuffs. See ya, guys.
All right. See you guys. See you.
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Thanks, Legion, for coming on. Yeah, we'll hit this again next Friday, and who knows what's going to happen this week in sports. And maybe we'll get some answers on the OU Texas thing. So.
Yep. No, sounds good, man. So.
All right. Take it easy.
Yep.
Good luck with your tennis picks tonight.
I'm crossing my fingers, man, and praying. So
all right.
We'll see.
All right. Take care. Talk to you soon. All right. That's it for the Insider's Room. Speaking of sports, we'll be on next Friday once again at 9 o'clock. Me and Legion and whoever else may pop in. We may get some other new guests coming in. So, all right. We'll call it a night, and everybody good luck this weekend on your picks, and talk to you soon.